Stop screaming, Nick. I don't know. This is a really awkward way to start the show. Hey, everybody! I'm totally not starting the Unnamed Friday show early this week because I'm going to eat a bunch of tacos and do nothing but play Starbound on Nick's server.
Oh yeah, that thing's still up, isn't
Like
it?
I have been the entirety of the week. Yeah, it works. I've made a hotel, an outpost, a bunch of hillbilly houses, some tunnels. New Earth is coming along pretty good. Got like that's what I call the houses I put inside of the side of hills because I'm like, yeah, that's hillbilly houses. We got like 24 people on the planet, all human, pure blood humans.
Well, that's good. I don't want any, aliens.
I mean, not all of them. There's like one Hylodal and one Nova kid. Because apparently you can't get a human bartender. That's fucking weird. Nah, like humans aren't the race that humans aren't alcoholics in the future. Nah, it's the fucking people who are made out of space farts and glow in the dark. That's who drinks booze. Do you think it'd be a person, Nick? Nah, person with a body. It's bullshit. You're crazy. You're crazy, man, Nick.
I am sometimes.
Also, we should totally do a series on the server. I like my idea since I finished a game. Like, I just watch you try to beat it, and I'm just in admin mode, and I'm like, oh man,
have you ever finished the game without cheating, Matt?
Yeah, but like, here's the problem with that. They throw a lot of fucking goddamn guff between you and doing fun shit. A lot. And sometimes it gets fucking tedious. Especially fucking... Well, fuck it. Right off the bat, like the Florin dungeon is where it starts getting fucking goddamn tedious out of the fucking gate. I'm glad they fucking streamlined it a lot. They like cut out an entire area in the Florin dungeon. There's like 2 or 3 above ground areas originally in the Florin dungeon, but they cut them out because they were way too fucking confusing.
Oh, I guess.
The fucking goddamn the one that's really fucking confusing. The one I really hate as a level is I really don't like I don't like the Avian Temple. It's way too fucking confusing, and it really feels like the Avian Temple was made mainly for co-op. That's how it comes off to me, at least.
It might be.
I figured Angus would be here. That's another reason why I'm starting this so early. It's because Angus is like, we're thinking about doing a special, a very public spanking special. I don't know. There's probably something clever there I could have said, but I didn't.
Very public special? Very public special
God
spanking?
damn it.
I don't know.
Son of a bitch. Like, you had it, Nick. You fucking... So, basically, I'm going to make my character for the Traveler game. Because in the character generation for the game Traveler, you can actually die in character generation. And the first 12 characters I made on my own in Traveler, all of them died.
Traveler? Is that a pencil and paper game?
Yeah, it's like a space game.
How do you die during character creation?
I think it's actually based off of a fucking... Because there's like, basically, you don't just do like the stats and stuff. You actually come up with your backstory and stuff. So sometimes it's just like you die, airlock exploded.
You have to roll your backstory or something.
Yeah, It's like because basically what happens in Traveler, Nick, is to gain abilities and proficiencies, you take on jobs for your backstory, and there is a chance of a critical fail there, where it's like, yeah, your ship got blown up by pirates, or you got captured by pirates. You spend the rest of your life in space jail. You're the fucking peg boy on a pirate ship. Congratulations. I could have sworn I had more weed than this. Alright.
Ride and go get them other shit.
Alright. Where's my other bud? I could have sworn I had more weed than this. Sorry, everybody. This is a shit show because I just looked down at my weed dish and I was like, wait a second, I had a much bigger bud in there. Where'd it go? Did the fucking weed fairy come and steal it? I'll kill that cunt.
You probably dropped it, Matt.
I probably, you know what? I probably did. Is that it? No, that's a bottle cap. Is that it? No, I don't know what the fuck that is. Oh, it's a pistachio. I didn't mute just there to eat it. Totally didn't eat the floor pistachio. I did.
It was like a shell, so.
No, it wasn't.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Matt.
Look, man, if the floor pistachio is the thing that kills me, more luck to it. 1 second, dogs went back in. I can hear you fucking panting your way. Okay, there you go, Ginger. Maybe I didn't have more weed. Maybe I'm just fucking tripping. Maybe this weed is laced with acid.
Probably be a little bit more of an intense experience if it was laced with acid.
It probably would be. Did I throw it in the ashtray, maybe? No. I threw it in this dish. Is it under here? No. God damn it! Like I should have lined up all of my weed ducks in one fucking row. Nah, fuck it. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm getting another bag today. I'll just end up finding it like a month later, and it'll be like, oh, is this good? And it'll have like a little mushroom growing out of it. It's like, eh. I think it's D6 monster. I think Traveler is D6. I'd have to ask Angus again.
Are you guys like giving up on D&D?
We're gonna do like Traveler when the current storyline is up, because Angus wants to do breaks between D&D stuff. Because Angus kind of realized, like, at the rate we're going, it's gonna take us forever to get to level 20.
Well, that's kind of how it works usually.
Well, it's not even like in like, for example, the Sunday game, where it almost seems at times we go out of our way to try to avoid doing things.
You do. You really do sometimes. Not
I
all the
do.
time.
Like, I'll admit it, but like that's because I'm just like, how, like, that's the kind of
You're just
character
trying to
Debu
avoid
is.
the inevitable, like, demons are coming.
Yeah.
And then you don't want that. I think that's what you're trying
And
to
let
do.
me tell you, Nick, planning with Skull wasn't as fruitful as I hoped, because Skull's whole like idea was like, just let's see where it goes. It's like that's not a good idea when demons are out and about. And again, I still think it's fucking Ross Jim. I still think Ross Jim is the key here. He's the only person I can think that it's like he's connected to a demon lord. Vince McVaughn's a fucking evil bastard. He wants to do baby fights and wants to bring in fucking murder. So, like, yeah, they're the demon. It's them.
Might be.
Even if it's not Nick, even if it's not that just throws out my big plan. Was like, maybe we can get the Iron Golem Sheik or somebody to help us. It's like, no, they might be compromised.
Yeah, it'd be funny if they were. You could always try it though. I don't know if you
Maybe
want to fight the
Dwayne
Iron
the
Golem
literal
Sheik.
Rock Johnson.
Yeah. What was really
Dwayne
weird
Johnson,
was I didn't expect the Iron
Johnson's a good
Golem
guy.
Sheik to one-shot Skull and Sammy. Like, he's just an Iron Golem. And again, he did crit Skull like twice, so.
Yeah. Which makes me wonder about how strong Skull's character really was. Because, like you said, the Iron Golem Sheik did one-shot Sammy. But it took 2 crits.
I didn't take 2 crits from Sammy.
Oh, yeah, you just had... Oh, yeah, I forgot. The second attack it hit on Skull was a crit. And we were just like, let's fucking shits and giggles.
Yeah, it squished him.
He does owe Jason a game for his birthday. Also, too, Nick, Angus is like doing adventures. Like Jason's gonna do like solo character adventures.
Uh-oh. Kind of like how I split the party up sometimes.
Yeah, he's already written up. He's already written up Elijah's story because I've given Angus and Jason a lot of Elijah's backstory.
Wait, Angus like writes things up. What a noob.
Yeah. I will like that is one thing I am trying to get Angus to kind of do less of is it's like staying on target because it's like no, that's not like revenge, like it's never gonna happen. Like the longer you try to restrain fucking like player characters from doing something, it's like trying to stop a hose.
Yeah, kinda. Eventually it might just burst.
Yeah, like they're like I gotta say though, one thing I'm surprised at Dobu hasn't gotten into a bar fight yet.
You haven't really gone to a bar that often. I need to put you guys in more bars.
I've only been to one bar.
You've always just been in like horrible situations where it's like, oh man, I'm stuck doing community service, being dragged around by a paladin.
Yeah.
You're
Which
being
is why,
dragged
like,
around by a lawful.
I'm bringing Scarbeak if Dobu dies because I'm like, you know what? Like, I have to fucking worry about Lundy murdering me, and now I legitimately also have to worry about fucking Scully murdering fucking Dabu. Like, there's a lot of threats to my player characters, so I might as well bring in the fucking character who I'm so afraid is overpowered. I made him lawful good, and I also am going to talk this. I've also talked to CJ Nick about giving Scarbeak some kind of debuff item.
See how he is first.
Yeah, I should, but like, there's just so much shit with Scarbeak that I'm doing out in my head. I'm like, Jesus Christ! Like, I can combine. Comes Alucard from Castlevania, Nick.
Wait, what?
He basically, like, I figured out a way to literally do Alucard's Shadow Strike in Pathfinder.
Shit, which one was his Shadow Strike? Oh, when he teleports behind something?
Yeah. Also, you saw that. Like, by the way, folks, this is going to be the channel for the next couple of months as everybody, like, gradually all sees Castlevania.
Yeah. It was good.
It was. Trevor's a lot of fun. I also imagine, Nick, that's like the world, that's your campaign world in a lot of settings. Just like, well, the demons are here now.
Yeah, and then there's like Trevor Belmont, and then for some reason you guys killed Trevor Belmont, and then...
Yeah. Or Trevor Belmont never has like his character arc fulfilled. He just stays. Like, it's like that one scene when he sees the 3 demons, like with the one demon with the baby in its mouth, and the 2 other demons are chasing it, like a dog chasing another dog that has a piece of meat. And he's looking at him, and he's like, yeah, I don't want any of that. And he walks the other way.
Yeah.
Although I'll be honest, Trevor made me go like, look, if this is a good guy, if this is what a hero could be, maybe Maybe I should give good a chance. Like, if I
Well,
could kick a
every
vampire in
hero
the
has
dick
its
and then
flaws.
headbutt him, that'd be fun.
What is this, a bar fight, Matt? Have some class.
I love that. My favorite part of that animation, too, is just for a split second, you can see Alucard's eyes are slightly bigger than they normally are. And then they just go back to normal.
Yeah.
God, Alucard was great. Trevor was great. Silpha was great. Everybody was great. The goat fucking guys were great.
Yeah. I really have to, what's the word? Oh, I just alerted the entire place. Fuck. Alright, I really have
Also,
to,
like, let's be honest here, too. Trevor, like, legitimately probably killed those 4 guys in that bar.
I mean, they only got, like, the shit smashed out of them. They might be alright.
I don't know. Like, they did that hard cut to when, like, he pulled out the whip. And we, like, you saw what happened to, like, the fucking 2 evil priest dudes when they got whipped. One of them lost a finger and one of them lost an eye, so... And those guys kicked Trevor in the dick a lot, so I don't think he'd have a lot of restraint for people who kicked him in the dick. I wouldn't.
Shit.
I think, Nick, though, it's safe to say Trevor definitely fucking named him.
Trevor definitely what?
Trevor definitely named him.
Probably. I mean, he was drunk, so he might not, like, be completely, you know...
Well, Monster, the problem with Trevor is Trevor, like, he really doesn't do all that much in the series. Like, in the mythos, like, he's got this weirdly important role, but really, it's just, he's weirdly important because Alucard became a huge character, and Alucard was best friends with Trevor.
Eamon was best friends with the vampire?
Yeah, and then there was that whole fucking mess that was the Lords of Shadows continuity, where Trevor was Alucard.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, don't like it. This show does a good job of being like, you know what, we're gonna take like the family crest and the general look of Belmont's outfit from Lords of Shadow because those are legitimately the 2 best things in that game. Everything else we'll throw out.
That's probably a good idea. I still have to play through all the Castlevanias.
I really would like to see fucking Soma Mansoor because it'd be just so fucking weird to do a fucking like, especially since like a lot of people don't know the mythos of the Castlevania storylines and stuff. So you could legitimately, like Game of Thrones, keep that shit on the download and genuinely surprise a lot of people with the fact that Soma is the reincarnation of Dracula. Like, that could be a lot of fun. Also, going back to what you said about which one's going to be next, Richter or Simon. I think Simon. I really think they're going to do like the next season. I don't know if they'll call the next season season 3, but I have a feeling they'll do at least one season on the origin of Dracula and the Belmonts and all that stuff. And I think another game they need to fucking goddamn keep out of the continuity for the most part is fucking Lament of Innocence, because that was the game where they were like, yeah, Dracula's not really Vlad the Impaler, but he was another guy who was like best friends with the original Belmont guy, and they loved the same lady, and then like this evil proto Dracula guy killed her. And he took like it like combines fucking like the JoJo Bizarre Adventure fucking mythos for some reason, because then it brings in like these magical fucking stones that are the reasons that the vampires get created, and Dracula gets a stone that allows him to control death, and it's dumb. It's like it gets really, the only thing I bring in from that continuity is the stone that Dracula uses to control death, like bring in an item that Dracula uses to control the Grim Reaper.
Yeah, also the yeah, I kind of liked some of the anti-religious imagery in there.
Well, it wasn't really super. Like, that's the thing I think about. Like, it wasn't actually like I wouldn't classify it as this story as anti-religious necessarily, because like the Seekers are religious.
Oh yeah, that's true. But like the
Like they're just
zealotism.
as like if anything, they're more zealots than the actual Catholic Church in the show, because the Catholic Church is just like, yeah, the fucking top guy is motivated by fucking like pure zealous fucking religious fervor, but like all the other shitty priests are like thieves and just people taking advantage of the fact that the church is killing people.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah, you know what, Mansoor? You brought that up with Lament too. Bring in maybe like a lot of the alchemy stuff too, because like I like I will say this, I like the explanation for Vampire Killer in that it's like an alchemical whip made out of like it's got like an alchemical silver core or something. I forget what's specific with Vampire Killer in that one, but like I like that like they bring in the alchemy stuff, because alchemy has always kind of been one of those things that got more in the spotlight with Castlevania as it went forward because of like Symphony of the Night. Also, Nick, one thing I did talk about this in my review, but I was telling Skull and Nagata this after Skull watched it. I'm surprised there's no rape in it.
wait, what? Why?
Hey, Damn Shell, I don't know. Like I was just kind of surprised that like nobody like they didn't go the rapey fucking route, and it's like, huh? Because maybe it's just Game of Thrones. Like, you know, Game of Thrones is a universe fucking just created by fucking rape.
It kind of is.
Like it's just so like also too with like all the Catholic like the townspeople and like the devolution of society and stuff, like with the demon attacks and stuff. I could have sworn there would be like at least one scene of like maybe not a full on them showing you a rape, but like maybe a woman gets dragged into an alley and Trevor's like, like I don't give a shit. Mainly because you know why? Because I can never pronounce the guy's name, but it's the guy who produced Dread. He said one of his biggest influences for how he wanted this show to feel was Ninja Scroll.
Hmm.
And
And
like
a lot of rape.
Yeah, Ninja Scroll. Well, Ninja Scroll comparatively to other 90s schlock ultra violent anime, Ninja Scroll actually has relatively little rape. And they actually use the rape like the rape is not just there as a fucking way to get tits on the screen. There's actually like legitimate fucking story-based reasons for why rape happens in that show. Well, it's not a show, it's an OVA, but like Ninja Scroll's good. It's not fucking Mad Bull 34, which is aping off of American B action movies of the late 70s and early 80s, where in those fucking movies, like, they would include rape scenes just to fucking throw some tits on the fucking screen. Like the Death Wish fucking movies.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's lighting a cigarette. But yeah, like, then again, like, I gotta say, if I had to describe the tone of Castlevania, like the Netflix series, I wouldn't necessarily call it grim dark. Like, there's a lot of grim and dark shit that happens in it. Like, but I'd say it's more pulp. It feels a lot more like a 1930s like Doc Samson in the Castle of Dracula. Like, it feels kind of like that stuff to me. I mean, yeah, with a lot more fucking violence, of course. Hey, Zen. You know what monster I really want to see, Monster, is Beelzebub. Because, like, I think that would be a really good fight. Also, I want to see the fucking vampire. I think Carmilla is her name. I want to see her. She'd be fun. That'd be a fun fight. But yeah, like, there's too much levity in Castlevania for it to be grim dark. Also, too, there is a world worth saving in Castlevania. Like, a lot of grim dark worlds, it's like, you know what? Fuck this planet. Like, this is shit. Just let everything get destroyed. Who cares?
Goddamn.
But yeah, that's why I would say it's pulp. Like, it's got like that action. It's got the action. It's got the mystery. It's got the likable yet hugely flawed characters. It's a great show. Just stop talking about it because fucking like it's like Starbound. So John Spicer resigned. Nick, did you see that?
I know. Yeah, I did.
I had such a hard time narrowing down what I wanted to call my video about it. Also, I want to do a video about the Confederate series coming out. Because that, like, I'll be honest, like, I'm willing to give it a shot. I like alternative history and stuff like that. But the fact that, like, the premise of the show is that the Confederate States last until the modern age and they still have chattel slavery, I'm like, no, that would not happen. Like, that's one of those things, like, you have to fucking get rid of it if you want to have the Confederate States have a post-war history. They would have to give up fucking slavery at some fucking point. It's a thing that would have to fucking have happened. Like, seriously, like, well, here's the thing, right? Like, because have you ever watched that Confederate States of America mockumentary?
Oh.
I'll take your silence as a no.
Oh,
it's
no,
a shitty.
I haven't. It's you were lagging, I think.
Like, it's really shit. Because, like, again, they're like, slavery lasted until the modern era in the Confederate States of America. And it's like, no, that wouldn't have happened. Fucking England and France and, like, the rest of the European powers were like, no, slavery isn't the way you subjugate brown people. Colonialization is the way you do it. So, like, they would have fucking goddamn been fucking boycotted. Like, look at what happened to South Africa. Like, in the fucking 80s. Like, that would have happened to the fucking Confederates. Like, every fucking country on the planet would be like, we're not going to deal with these fucking backwards assholes. Plus, like, also, too, like, what does the southern United States offer to anywhere else on the planet? That they could, like, cotton? They can get that from fucking India. Like,
Well, there's
yeah,
a reason why an agrarian economy like doesn't work now.
and like, yeah, that too. Like the fucking like, I can't remember. Like, Moralgo brings up like the Turtle Dove series. I don't know if it was the Turtle Dove series or if it was another series of alternative history where the Confederacy ended up surviving after the war. But one thing that happened in that universe is the Industrial Revolution never fucking took off. Industry, but like the gigantic Industrial Revolution that happened post Civil War never fucking happened. So there was less fucking, so slavery managed to fucking last a little longer, but it still got fucking outlawed eventually. Yeah, I'm not saying colonialization was good. Like, colonialization was the fucking replacement for slavery is what I'm getting at. Like, that was those fucking assholes' big fucking innovation. Was like, wait, why should we fucking bring the slaves to our country? We should just go take over their country and then like civilize it. And by civilize it, I mean we give them really shitty fucking jobs that we make them completely dependent on us to do fucking everything. Also, too, with fucking the United States, like, yeah, we had our colonialism kick, but before fucking that, we replaced fucking slaves with sweatshop people and the Irish and the fucking Chinese when it came to the fucking railroads. Also, blacks, like, there are a lot of freed blacks who also worked on the railroads. Fucking people who society really fucking hate worked on the fucking railroads in this country. Yeah, like if from what I remember more this sorry, Nick.
Oh no, I'm just agreeing with you, yeah, the America's definitely had
And I'm not saying you can't necessarily
slavery thing. Not slavery, but railroads.
Like, yeah, like I'm not saying also you necessarily can't do an alternative history where shit is really fucking different from how it would have worked out politically in this world. Like, Man in the High Castle is a perfect example of that because one, the Japanese wouldn't have fucking taken over the West Coast. Like, they were having fucking troubles keeping the fucking everything they conquered before fucking then like under fucking control. Like, they're gonna fucking take up like now like goddamn managing like a gigantic fucking population of people that rivals their fucking like homeland populace. Like, no, like the Japanese would not fucking do that. And the Germans, like, they wouldn't have fucking taken over the East fucking coast because like that wasn't their fucking goddamn thing. That's not what Germany did. Germany never fucking overtly took over countries until it was like they couldn't put puppets in there anymore. Like what happened with the fucking Vichy French or fucking goddamn Italy. Like, Germany was all about setting up puppet governments and shit. But also, like, Man in the High Castle is a fantastical fucking universe because it was written by Philip K. Dick. So, like, there's a lot of weird fucking shit like alternate reality videos and fucking like bleed through from fucking our reality into that reality. So like shit doesn't work how it does in the real world to begin with in that world. So like I can overlook the like certain quiggles where it's like, yeah, the Japanese would never be able to fucking successfully keep control of the Western United States, and Germany, like they wouldn't have fucking bothered. They would have just put in a puppet government and just fucking dusted their hands off and went back to fucking killing Soviets.
I really want to make a like a Southern Winds, but it's with the help of aliens and mechs. Like,
yeah, like look, if you want to have shit like this, like if you want to have slavery fucking stole, like basically do what District 9 did. Like apartheid, the fucking apartheid government was able to fucking successfully continue into the modern day because fucking aliens fucking goddamn invaded South Africa. Like an alien invasion fixes a lot of fucking story problems with alternative history.
Yeah, that it does.
Like there's a lot of like that would be totally one way if like aliens came down and instead of enslaving black people, we were enslaving fucking aliens because fucking then like nobody would care because England would be like, you know, black people are still people, but like that fucking Zorknorp, they're not fucking people, they're Zorknorps. Like who cares what a fucking Zorknorp fucking thinks? And yeah, too, I want to bring this up too with the Confederates because Monster's bringing this up. Slavery is still totally 100 fucking percent a thing in the modern day. It's just, it's way different. Like the Southern brand of slavery, it would not have fucking last. Like maybe if they do that, like, because Monster brings up Dubai. Maybe if they like make comparisons to like how the Middle East is now to like the southern like kind of the southern like plantation owner fucking bullshit, like maybe if they draw parallels to that and like how modern slavery is done, it could be really good. Like that could be really interesting. This is the main reason I haven't done a fucking video about the Confederate show, by the way, folks, if you haven't noticed. I'm kind of conflicted on it. Because I'm like, this could be a good idea, but the fact that they're keeping slavery in a modern day version of the Confederate States really fucking bugs me because it's like, it wouldn't, like, Confederate style slavery would not have fucking lasted. Like, it would have been fucking abolished inevitably. I don't know why Sammy's not a moderator. I'm just moderating everybody. Everybody gets a moderator. You're a moderator probably on one of your channels.
I probably am, yeah.
Hey, yeah, Harry Potter was fucking wizard apartheid. When you really get down to it, like, fucking the wizards were fucking kind of racist fucking pieces of shit, and a lot of them were basically fucking pseudo-fascists. Then again, that is something though I don't get about the Harry Potter series.
What?
I was never big into it, so I'll admit this. I never got. Mainly, it's because of the terminology wizard and my knowledge of like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. So I'm like, why do wizards need to have special blood to be able to do wizard shit? Shouldn't it just be a thing that like you learn some magic bullshit words and you wave a magic bullshit stick around and then you do magic? Aren't sorcerers supposed to be the ones that have like the magic blood?
Yeah, but at least in D&D they are. I don't think it really matters too much.
Hey, Sammy.
The KKK took my baby away.
What?
So yeah, Sammy, if you could tell, I'm not as optimistic on the Confederate show. Because Sammy was the one who told me about the show, and at first I thought it was going to be like a historical drama.
No, it's like the Man in the High Castle, but more KKK.
Yeah. And you know, I don't want to get too much into details of Man in the High Castle because someone in the comments mentioned that they're reading the book, so I won't go into spoilers. But there's weird Philip K. Dick shenanigans that happen in that universe where it's like I can overlook some of the fucking historical inaccuracies with this.
To be fair, Man in the High Castle is really good. Like
it is.
It's really good.
It's a Philip K. Dick story. Like,
yeah,
motherfucker could fucking.
Can't go wrong.
You really can't with a lot of his stuff. I mean, maybe some of his later stuff, but that's like Dick.
Is it? Hold on. Yeah, it is Philip K. Dick. Okay. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, Confederate, I don't know. All I know is that it's going to have a lot of lynching and a lot of slave rape. Like, a lot of it. I guarantee it. Knowing how those two writers do Game of Thrones, at least in early seasons.
To be fair, Sammy, to be fair, as someone who read the Game of Thrones books extensively, source material.
Yeah, I'm not sure if there was as much rape.
Nick, do you remember how the Dothraki are introduced in the series?
No, which book was that? Because I've only read like a half of one.
The first book. In the first book, the Dothraki are introduced by slaughtering an entire village, grabbing I think like an 8-year-old girl, throwing her on top of a pile of dead bodies, and taking turns raping her. And like the narrator is talking about, like, this is the only way the Dothraki see. This is the only justified welcome the Dothraki seek to give into the weak men, or whatever they call like the non-Dothraki. But yeah, like they cut out a lot of the rape from the books.
Oh yeah, they did.
Although in some cases they did add rape, like the Jamie didn't rape Cersei in the book, but I'll be completely honest. I don't care what anybody tells me. I bet you fucking anything Jamie raping Cersei was to make fucking Jamie less likable and Cersei a bit more sympathetic.
That didn't happen.
No, it didn't, because Cersei is like legitimately the worst fucking person. She is like Joffrey. Joffrey is a better fucking person than Cersei.
Arguably, yeah.
Like Joffrey, you could fucking at least give the excuses. Like, you know what? He's young. He might fucking, chill out. Sorry, 1 second. I'm just typing in fucking tags. Okay.
Oh yeah, you should show me how I should tag my goddamn videos and D&D shit.
I just put down like Dungeons and Dragons, pathfinding, role-playing games. Because you got to think of how people are going to search stuff. So, like, you don't want to put, like, role-playing games singular, because a lot of people don't look up, like, role-playing games singular. Also depending on, like, the wackiness that happens in the actual, like, that's one thing, Nick, you're going to have to do after the fact is, like, anytime something wacky happens in the game, you have to tag that separately. So, like, the Ornstein and Smoke legal battle, like, I put in Dark Souls and, like, stuff related to Ornstein and Smoke. When we did the wrestling stuff, I put in, like, the wrestlers' names and stuff related to that.
Okay, I'm searching up rape on the Game of Thrones wiki.
It's just gonna be like all of it. Every
TV series.
231 references to rape in the Game of Thrones series.
There's a lot of it in the TV series.
There is. There is
literally
so
goes
fucking
through
much.
every instance and starts goddamn describing it.
Someone had a field day with that.
To be fair, some of them are like some of them are just like this person gets raped, and then some of them are like this person gets held down and their entire family slaughtered in front of them.
You're right back.
You know what? People shit on the modern times, but you know what? Like, I'm glad we have internet and stuff, like, because this is what people used to do for fun. They'd just be like, hey, we go down to the pub and just fucking goddamn, who was that fucking piece of shit guy that fucking Arya killed? The fucking guy who, like, who liked little girls, and like he didn't necessarily like fucking them. He just liked getting them and then like just punching them. Because he was just like, I like pain. I'm a fucking monster. I live in a George R. R. Martin book, so I'm fucking 90% of the people. If you can't tell, like, I kind of don't like the books anymore because the books. It's not just the rape, by the way. I mean, it's partially the fucking rape, but like, look, if the Wizard's first fucking Rules series didn't fucking like the rape didn't turn me off of that fucking series. What turned me off of that series was this bullshit fucking neocon libertarian fucking claptrap. Never read Wizard's first rule, by the way, folks. Never do it. It's kind of fucking disappointing.
I should write a book about
So yeah,
like, the Libertarian Society.
like I'm trying to. There is a libertarian society in Pathfinder in Galarion. Because of course it is. And guess what? Guess what their shtick is, Nick?
What's their shtick?
They're in permanent revolution.
Surprise?
Because basically, anytime somebody gets in power, the populace hates them, and they just immediately fucking kill them. So it's basically a permanent state of like 17th century France.
I might want to read up on that and toss you guys in there one day.
Galarion is a fun world. Like at times, like some of the seams do show where you can see it's like you're really strained to put this place into the world. Like a good example of that is probably Alderin. I can't remember. It's the place based off of revolutionary America.
Mm.
Like that place is kind of weird. Then again, they're the big reason why they're weird is because they're the counterpoint to Chilaxia, the devil worshippers who have the Hell Knights and stuff. So Chilaxia is like very, very gothic, very like knights, like classic evil looking knight people. Yet, at one point, they shared the same country with the revolutionary like American people. It's a weird fucking like disconnect with those two.
Speaking
Where
of
it's
which,
like you can't. Yeah.
Did you read up on that the Infinity Wars the Infinity trailer reveal at D20? You read about the details of it?
No, what's happening?
Hold on, let me find it.
I keep forgetting that D23 happens.
Yeah, I randomly heard about it and like on the radio about something else. I can't remember what it was.
Is it gonna be something cool like what's gonna shock me at this point? It's like Disney.
Oh yeah, that's what I was. Well, real quick on the radio, I heard about they're gonna do. They talked about the live action reboots of Dumbo and
What?
what else were they gonna do? It was Dumbo and something else. I can't remember.
Are they gonna have the
Aladdin? That's what it was.
Yeah, Aladdin. They're having trouble with.
Because I forget who the director was. It's the guy who did Snatch. David Pierce or whatever his name is. He's gonna base it around the original 1001 Nights.
Well, you know what? If they're going that way, like Aladdin's from fucking China. Fun fact for everybody in the audience, and for maybe the people in the show, like in the original 100 Nights rendition of Aladdin, Aladdin's not Arabic. He's stated to be from China. Because there's a whole point in it because like the sorcerer, I forget the sorcerer's actual name in the real version of Aladdin, but he's from like West Africa. So it's basically like he's from the furthest point west, and Aladdin's from the furthest point east. At that period, like they're from the like furthest point, like known points. So there's like some stuff there. Also, I wonder if they're going to bring in Aladdin's ring, if they're just because you know what. I'm kind of hoping they do some different things because look, I did not like Beauty and the Beast. I'll say it.
I haven't watched it yet. I know they revealed that the Aladdin's going to be played by some obscure Egyptian actor, and Jasmine is going to be the girl who played Yellow Ranger in the Power Rangers. I think Yellow Ranger, that girl.
That it's bullshit. Again, Aladdin's not Chinese. If they're basing it off of the fucking stupid
It's going to be based off Arabian Nights.
Again, Aladdin was Chinese in Arabian Nights.
A Chinese man got married a Arabic princess? Is that how it went?
Oh, thank you. Well, to be fair, the princess, like, let's be honest, in the original story, the princess isn't even a
Is in what? You cut off.
Like, the princess isn't even a character, if we're being completely honest, in the original story.
She's like background character.
Not even a background character, just like a thing. She's there. Aladdin's mom is more of a character in the original thing. From the cartoon version, I hope they do. From the original version, originally Aladdin was going to have a mom, and it was going to be like, he doesn't just steal for himself; he steals for his mom and stuff. Like the whole opening of the movie was going back a ring that like his mom pawned off so she could
and Will
feed him.
Smith is going to be Ginny. The genie's going to be played by Will Smith.
That's the other thing too. Like the original version of the cartoon was going to have both the genie of the lamp and the genie of the ring. See that? I don't know.
Here it is.
Maybe they'll have the soul and say Lamore. Like that stuff's gotten a live over.
I could read out the description. So it's on Gizmodo. If I read it out, it's gonna spoil.
Wait, why are we talking about Aladdin? Fuck Aladdin. Let's go back to him to deal with that.
Infinity Wars, Avengers.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy are flying around. Put on your mean faces.
Real quickly, before we get into Infinity War, Lamore, it could be worse than Will Smith. It could have been Johnny Depp. Let's be fucking completely 100% honest.
Oh, that reminds me too. Will Burton? Fuck, what's his name?
Tim Burton.
Tim Burton is going to direct Dumbo.
Why?
Because?
Why? Like,
Tim
fucking
Burton.
Alice in Wonderland, I can understand. Like, Dumbo is a really fucking... You know what? I know why. I know why they're getting Tim Burton to do it. Because let's be completely honest here. Boring ass movie. If anyone said Dumbo was their favorite Disney movie, they're a fucking liar. Will Ferrell would have been a good genie. He would have been, yeah.
Oh, in the Aladdin movie, I think Colin Farrell is in the movie doing something. Probably just the villain.
Oh yeah, make the white man a villain. You know, it's especially fucked up that he's
oh my god,
he's
you know who should be
Irish.
the Sultan then? Vincent, the guy who plays
Vincent D'Onofrio.
yeah, that guy.
He could grow a pretty badass beard. Is Brian Blessed still alive and able to talk? Like, let's get Brian Blessed as the fucking Sultan. Will Smith is going to be the genie in the Aladdin remake. Then
I mean Brian Black
against it because like
he's alive. He's 80.
Whatever is fucking.
I don't know. Anyways.
So what's up with that? Like it's gonna like to be fair, it's probably like stuff like anybody can really suss out. It's not gonna be like, yeah, the story's a 20-minute like Hawk scene. Just all the graphic detail. I didn't go with Black Widow. I went with Hawkeye. I went with the most vulnerable member of the Avengers. Let's be completely honest here. So yeah, Sammy, what's up with the
Infinity War?
Yeah.
Let's see here now. So this is a spoiler for Ragnarok. So the trailer starts off with Guardians of the Galaxy. They're flying around a bunch of like a big giant shipwreck, like debris everywhere. A body smashes up against the ship. It's revealed to be Thor. Mantis wakes him up. Yes. Then Thor's like, "Who are you guys?" And then it's Guardians with Thor flying to some planet. It's just like destroyed or whatever. Then cut to Earth. Scarlet Witch is moving around some cars or something, and a female voiceover says, "Death follows him like a shadow." Loki emerges and presents the Tesseract to someone who is taller than him. Cut to Queens. And the hair on the arm of young Peter Parker stands up on the end. Something. Turns around in fear, and we see a ship flying toward a planet we assume is Earth. We have one advantage, Tony Stark says. He's coming to us. As the ship crashes, we see Mantis, Iron Man, Star-Lord, Doctor Strange, and a few other characters in total shock. Thanos appears.
A pretty standard trailer thus far.
And I guess it
it
goes through like an action montage of Doctor Strange putting down platforms and Star-Lord jumping around and Spider-Man and Wakandan Army. Oh, a shot of a Wakandan Army, which includes Bucky.
That's going to be really cool.
Captain America comes out of shadows with a full beard. Black Widow is shown with blonde hair. Iron Man has a new very sleek.
I want like they probably won't do it, but it would be great if they make a reference to Meth Cap from the 90s. Fun fact: Captain America was addicted to meth for a couple of months in the 90s because he got caught in a meth explosion.
Last paragraph. Peter Parker is on the ground, very hurt. Hold on. "I'm sorry, Tony," he says behind tears with Iron Man holding his head. Thanos grabs Thor's head and squeezes. Then Thanos, in the heat of battle with the Infinity Gauntlet on his hand, uses the power of the two stones he has, purple and blue, I think it says, to grab a moon. He starts to drag it toward whatever planet everyone is standing on. The breeze starts to fly and cut the title card. So basically, Thanos grabs the moon and starts trying to smash Earth with it or something.
And you know what, Jim? They established it Spider-Sense in Civil War, but not really in Homecoming because the people who did Homecoming they made a big giant list of like all the things that have previously been done in Spider-Man movies, and they intentionally was like, we're not going to do any of these.
That's stupid.
Well, I get it. I get why they did it.
Why no Spidey? Because Spider-Man. How do you not do Spidey senses?
Well, here's the thing. It's the fifth reboot. It's the third reboot in 5 years after the second reboot. Like, there's a real chance of people being like, I'm fucking tired of Spider-Man. It's always the same shit. He swings through the city.
Well, then they
Spiders.
should have done what you call it?
I'm not saying it's
Ultimate
necessarily
Spider-Man.
the greatest thing. Well, they are cribbing from Ultimate Spider-Man, but the Amazing Spider-Man series cribbed from Ultimate Spider-Man. That's where Mech Suit Rhino comes from.
Right.
Also, that's where like the whole fucking like Peter Parker being super like that's the thing I really hated. Like Ultimate Spider-Man overall, like inarguably is the best fucking thing in the Ultimate Universe, hands fucking down. My only problem with it is the fucking importance that gets put on fucking Peter Parker and his fucking parents and how they're super fucking responsible for a lot of the fucking shit in that series. At least until Miles Morales comes in, and then it becomes more like 616 Spider-Man, but with better fucking writing. Nothing much. You haven't mentioned much, Dead Shell. So yeah, one thing I really want to see Sammy in Infinity War. One thing I really want to see. I want to see Hulk, right? I want to see Hulk charging Thanos. Like, they're going to do the scene from all the Avenger movies where it's like, oh, Hulk's going to grab the villain. Hulk's going to grab the villain and give them a thrashing. And Thanos just fucking backhands him. He just fucking goddamn knocks. He hits the Hulk so fucking hard, he immediately turns back into Bruce Banner. That's something I really super fucking want to see. Because it would be a really good fucking subverting of audience expectations. Because again, we've had this is gonna be the third Avengers movie, which prominently features the Hulk. Because I mean, you can make the argument that Captain America Civil War is like Avengers 2.5. Even have audio as opposed to. Yeah, that makes sense, Calypso. But yeah, fucking. You know what I should be talking about too, thinking about it, Sammy, is American Gods.
Yeah. Oh, we've been watching Preacher season 2?
Nah. Season 1 really fucking lost me with the whole fucking. We're gonna focus on building up the people of this town only to blow it up. I get it. I get why they did it because people who aren't fans of the comic would be like, I never saw that coming. Heard the derp derp derp. But at the same time, the second they started spending all that time in the town, I'm like, why are they doing this? This is literally how the fucking story opens in the fucking comic. The story opens with the fucking church blowing up. If I remember right, that is literally panel fucking 1 of Preacher is the fucking power of God coming down and smiting that fucking church.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Jim, that's not a theory. That is flat out canon in the Marvel. Well, Thanos got better. He ended up dealing with that piece of his fucking psychology. But yeah, Thanos realizes he is really fucking shitty and shouldn't have that level of fucking power. So Thanos subconsciously always puts extremely exploitable flaws in every one of his fucking plans. Because he knows he's like, look, I shouldn't be fucking trusted with this fucking level of fucking responsibility and shit. Like this is like I'm bad. I'm like not a good person. Like Thanos is basically like if you want to boil down to it, think like Amendum on a cosmic scale. Thanos is well, I would say the original like anti-natalist, but Schopenhauer. I forget when, like how old Thanos is in the comic. He might actually be older than like Schopenhauer in terms of like comic continuity. Not in terms of like actual like real world continuity, because Schopenhauer did come before comic books, but well, here's the thing. He kind of is suicidal, Jim, but he's immortal. He's an eternal. I don't know if they'll get into like the whole eternal thing in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but in the comics, Thanos can't die. Legitimately, physically, biologically, and die. He will just fucking come back. So that's why he has that. That's why he has the obsession with fucking death and stuff. Also, he's a mutant. He's like a weird mutant, deformed Eternal, because there's a big schism in Eternal. Like, okay, there's a lot of fucking comic continuity I'm about to unpackage. So the Celestials, whenever they go and visit a planet and basically have sex with the planet to make a new Celestial, yes, that is a thing that fucking happens. So when the Celestials do this, they tinker with the races, they tinker with the predominant race on the planet to add a mechanism for the embryo of the Celestial while it gestates inside of the planet. So the three branches of like the races of like the sub races they create are the Eternals, the Deviants, and the Mutants. And like, to be fair with the mutant population, not everybody is a quote unquote mutant, but everybody has the genetic potential to become a mutant with the third group. So the Eternals are basically they're physically perfect. They cannot die, but they can't naturally reproduce. So they're just like they're immortal and stagnant. And then you have the deviants who are super fucking like plentiful in terms of like reproduction, but they're horrifically like mutated and deformed and shit. Like one deviant could be like a big giant minotaur looking motherfucker whose child is like a lamia with a goat face, and then their child is like a four-legged like purple dog with an elephant's trunk and bat wings. Like there's no rhyme or reason to how the fucking deviants look. So the Eternals, they ended up like having this big huge political schism, but because like they were so high-minded and perfect, they didn't actually end up fighting each other. They just had like a debate, and then like some of the Eternals stayed on Earth, and some of the Eternals went off to fucking Titan. Thanos comes in. So yeah, that's comics. Comics are weird. And then there's a whole fucking just like clusterfuck with the Eternals too, like because like that this was before like the content, like the Eternals started off as like technically not in actual Marvel continuity, but like everything they eventually cross over into regular Marvel continuity. So originally like the Eternals the Eternals and stuff, they lived in a world where you didn't have like the Asgardians and the Olympians and shit like that. So the Eternals were like the inspiration for like all the gods and stuff, and the deviants were like the inspiration for the monsters. If I remember right, Eternals series was just written as a fuck you to Jack Kirby because Jack Kirby had left Marvel at that time and went to DC, and he created the New Gods series, and because like he wanted to do that at Marvel, but like Stan Lee was like, no, Excelsior, you can't do that story, fuck you, Excelsior. And like, so as soon as Jack Kirby left, Stanley was like, let's just make a ripoff of fucking New Gods to just piss off Jack Kirby. Excelsior. Stan Lee could be a prick. He's great. I don't know why I'm talking about him and like,
did really know?
Like he's dead.
Oh, Jack Kirby? Oh, I thought you meant
Jack Kirby's great too. Great Jack Kirby story. Like after he made Captain America, the American Nazi Party, like some of their members came to his apartment building and they called up to him and they were like, we have like 10 guys down here. Come down here, you fucking Jew. We're going to beat you to death. And he was like, I'll be down with my baseball bat. And like before he got down there, they all left. It's like Jack Kirby was one of those like, he was like one of those like stereotypical, like if you watch like movies set in the 30s and stuff, he was one of those stereotypical like little tiny Brooklyn guys who was just built like a brick shit house. He was just made of fucking resentment and muscle. Like you did not want to fuck with Jack Kirby. You really did not. He is still alive. Like, thankfully, he made it out of 2016 unscathed. But then again, 2017 is kind of shaping up to be almost as bad. Like, we lost Adam West. We lost the guy from Linkin Park. No. These weren't skinheads. These weren't skinheads, Jim. This was the original American Nazi Party in the 1940s, before America entered World War II. Jack Kirby and the other guy's name, they created Captain America as a political statement because they were both fucking Jews, and they heard about all the atrocities that were going on in Europe, and they were like, America should not be fucking isolationists in this war. We should take a goddamn stand on our fucking principles. Like if the principles of America were embodied by a human fucking being, though that fucking principle of America would fucking punch Hitler in his fucking Hitler face. Also lost fucking Romero. Yeah, basically brown shirts. Well, not really brown shirts, thinking about it, because the brown shirts were dead by that point. So black shirts, I guess. I think that's what. Yeah, George Romero died, Zen. I hate to be the one to tell you this.
Yeah, like, he died earlier this past week. This week? No, it was Tuesday. Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Also, John McCain has brain cancer, which I hate saying this. I really hate saying this. It explains a lot of his behavior the last couple of years.
Well, explained his like the way he acted in that Senate session.
Yeah, it like John McCain having an aggressive brain tumor really is like, oh, I feel bad now, really, for fucking shit talking him now, like since his fucking dissent, because it's like, how much of that was him legitimately going further to the right, and how much of it was just the fucking brain tumor just fucking him up?
Is this John McCain, or was this John McCain's cancer?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, because I know with like, and I feel bad because Nick's here, and I know this is a touchy subject, but it's like, because I know like
Oh, that's
tumors and
alright.
stuff can fuck with somebody's personality like that. And looking at like John McCain and some of his weird
Well,
episodes,
brain tumors can, yeah, like very, very much so. Fuck with your personality. There was a
Although
guy who was turned pedophile by a goddamn brain tumor. And like when they took it out, he wasn't a pedophile anymore. And then he knew it
I
came
also
back
know like
because he was a pedo again.
I know there's a couple of stories of people who get tumors removed, and then they just start talking in a different accent.
Maybe? I'm not sure about
It's
that one.
like super rare, but it's like one of those things where it's like it doesn't completely just it doesn't like destroy their like their speech center, but it's like it slightly damages it. So like somebody who will just come out like talking in like a southern like I know it happened to a woman in England, started talking with like a perfect southern accent, like after getting like a benign tumor removed from her brain.
That's weird.
Now I will say it doesn't make you speak a different language. It just it like from the stories I read, it just makes them speak like with a different accent.
Still red.
From what I remember, because it was a long time ago when I read that, because it was something on, it was like an article on BBC. It's basically like, you know how like people after strokes and stuff and like other things, like they slur their words. It's kind of like that, but the way your speech is getting interpreted now, it just sounds like the accent. It's like a 1,000,000 to 1 kind of thing. Where it's just like all the dots connected. So now you talk with like, oh my god, that would be so cool though. Like to just like come out of like a surgery and then it's like, hello, I'm British now. Hip hip cheerio. You know what makes me really sad with George Romero? And like Red Letter Media did a review of Martin, which if you've never seen fucking Martin, see it. It is legit. Like I will say with no hesitation, it is legitimately probably the best movie Romero ever made. It's not my favorite he ever made. The weird fucking modern day King Arthur Renaissance fair with motorcycles movie, Knight Rider, that one is my favorite. It's just like this movie has legitimately the dumbest fucking premise in the world, yet it is amazing. Fucking good. Like Knight Rider is a movie you should see, but Martin, like Red Letter Media did their review of Martin, and Martin's a really good like George Romero take on the vampire mythos. For anybody who's always like, man, I wish George Romero would do to fucking vampires what he did with zombies. He did that. And it's a good movie. It's not as fun of a watch as fucking like the Dead movies. Also, yeah, the Crazies. I keep forgetting he did the Crazies. And then they fucking made like that. But yeah, going back on it, like Jay up at the end of the video where it's really sad Romero never got to do fucking more movies. He had like the worst fucking luck of like of like being with shitty fucking producers or fucking shitty fucking companies that fucking folded, or like with Night of the Living Dead, like being like with people who are completely incompetent, so your movie becomes public domain. So like the most profitable fucking movie you ever fucking made, you saw a fucking profit.
I think it's thundering out.
So I really wish Romero had a better career because like he was such a fucking influence on a lot of people, and it's really shit that like he didn't get a career renaissance, and the only time he almost fucking did get a career renaissance was because the fucking Crazies got fucking remade. But to be fair, the remake of the Crazies isn't exactly a horrible, like, it's probably one of the more watchable fucking remakes of an 80s horror movie, but it's better, it's kind of pointless. It's like what kind of remake where it's like, this isn't bad, but the original is fucking better. It's like fucking Dawn of the Dead. It's like, why would I watch the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead when the original Dawn of the Dead is still there? This isn't fucking goddamn London by Midnight. It's not like Dawn of the Dead is some fucking lost film that we will never fucking view again. It came out during the era of VHS. Like there are going to be copies of it as long as fucking human civilization still fucking stands.
But his estate still owns the rights to like Living Dead series, right? Or somebody else owns it.
It's weird because again, the first movie fucking was public domain because of incompetence, and then the fucking series basically split into two separate series.
Yeah.
You have the Dead movies, which Romero did, and then you have the fucking the Living Dead movies, which I
like
think
Dead.
that
They're
guy was
comedies,
the
like,
original producer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Then you had Zombie with the Eye, the Italian director, made an offshoot of it.
Yeah. Which has like a weird connection because Tom Savini did fucking goddamn make work on fucking on Zombie 2. We had the fucking guy who did makeup on the, like, it's just weird. Zombie movies, like the early fucking zombie, like the early modern day zombie genre, really confusing fucking just like what's that mythical creature that eats its own tail? An Ouroboros?
Ouroboros, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a weird, confusing Ouroboros of tentacles. Just, it's a mess. Then again, that's a lot of fucking horror in general because there are so many fucking movies that have like names, like 12 different fucking names. I mean, like, Sammy, you brought it up, the zombie series. Like, there's like legitimately 5 different versions of Zombie 3, and none of them are the same movie. They are all completely different fucking movies. One of them is about fucking trees.
Have we seen the first one with that eye scene? That shit was fucking gross.
Shaun of the Dead, like, Shaun of the Dead was good at when it came out, but like Shaun of the Dead kind of hasn't held up as good, I think, as like say Hot Fuzz. Well, Hot Fuzz is just like the better written movie, period, because there's a lot of weird fucking plot holes in Shaun of the Dead. Shaun of the Dead got lucky in that it came out before the fucking the wave of zombie period. Because there's actually some zombie movies that do, like, the Shaun of the Dead stuff better. I can't remember the name of it. Sammy, you might have heard of this. What's that weird fucking zombie movie they made in Cuba? That's kind of Shaun of the Dead, but Cuba?
No idea. How would I know?
I can't remember it, but I saw that, like, a while back, and it's actually really fucking good. I would disagree with with only Hot Fuzz, Mansoor. Because Hot Fuzz is like, if I was like a professor in like a film school and like I was teaching a course on comedy movies, I would show the class Hot Fuzz and be like, This is how you write a comedy movie. Every fucking thing has a fucking point. Every joke comes back. Every setup has a fucking payoff. Nothing is fucking missing. You have what you need. There's no fucking fat. You just fucking, you go. It's a fucking race hound. Like, Hot Fuzz is legitimately, to me, like a movie I would call perfect. Because, again, it's one of those movies where it's like, it doesn't have any plot holes. Like, there's no fucking scenes that are just fucking there to waste time for padding purposes. Like, every fucking thing in that movie is basically Chekhov's fucking rifle. Like, everything has a fucking purpose. Like anything in fucking goddamn Hot Fuzz that is shown on camera for more than 10 seconds, a fucking callback, either or fucking or with the main plot, like story wise, it's really good. I love fucking Hot Fuzz. Like, Shaun of the Dead, I would say, is probably the movie I laughed more at. Like World's End is pretty funny. But just like, this is a really good, like, it's so good at being a comedy parody movie. It's legitimately a good fucking action movie. The first, well, I was gonna say it's like the first Rush Hour, but that really wasn't a parody per se.
What was that one movie he did where it's all about him running a marathon or some shit?
Oh, Run Fat Boy Run.
Yeah, that was all right.
Yeah, that movie he did that it wasn't directed by Edgar Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Simon Pegg is a really good actor, and I hope he does like more stuff.
You should write more. I hope he writes more.
Yeah, he basically single-handedly saved the fucking Star Trek movie franchise.
Yeah.
So, that requires some fucking talent. Yeah, that's the other thing. Zen brought it up. I'd say Zombieland is a better overall movie than Shaun of the Dead. Like, the Bill Murray stuff alone in fucking Zombieland, like, every fucking time, it just cracks me fucking up. Like, I just love how he's like, yeah, I saw Jay Leno and I saw Jay Leno and J Lo the other day. Like, they're both dead. They were zombies. I don't remember if it was Jay Leno or fucking Jennifer Lopez. I forget who he fucking said he saw, but I just love fucking. God damn, Bill Murray was fucking great. And he was only in the movie for like fucking 10 minutes. It's great.
Oh, Zombieland?
Yeah.
Was there? There was supposed to be a sequel, but I don't think that's never gonna happen. But
There was a fucking TV series and it was shit.
Oh yeah.
We actually started watching it on a very public spanking, Sammy, and I'm not joking. It was so painfully fucking bad. We were like, can we just go to a different video in the folder? Because this is like the worst kind of bad comedy. Yeah, Zombieland was a better promote. Although, you know what? I will say this. Rich Evans was right. Twinkies did taste a little better than the normal Twinkies. I don't know why. I'll be honest. I'm not much of a Twinkie guy. I never really liked them.
Are you more a fan of Ho-Ho's or whatever?
I like the cupcake things.
Little Debbie's?
They are arguably grosser than a Twinkie. Because, like, have you ever really just looked at one of those, like, those Hostess cupcakes with the, like, just looked at that that chocolate? It's like they could literally be putting, like, rubber on here, and I would never know.
They fill it with carcinogens.
Yeah, this could literally just be, like, here you go,
It's just-
eat this, you fat fuck. You'll stuff it in your fucking face.
Yeah, fat.
I'm more, you know what I'm more of a fan of? I'm more of a fan of, like, the little, like, cinnamon strudel cake things. I like those. Those are like, if I'm getting, like, a little snack cake kind of thing at the store.
I like honey
strudel.
buns.
Yeah, honey buns are really good too, because you can microwave them. And, like, honestly, like, anything hot is going to be better than anything cold. So, you know. Then again, sticky, like, honey buns aren't that bad cold either.
Yeah,
They're super fucking chewy though if you eat them cold.
that's not bad.
Also, they're fucking big. Like, my problem with a honey bun, Sammy, is, like, I get done eating half of one, and I'm like, I think I'm a diabetic now. I'm dying. What is happening?
Yeah.
All right, I think this is, like, where we should end this show. We're talking about snack cakes. I was hoping Angus would come in here so we could more easily transition this to, like, the special show that's going to happen. Let me see. Like, somebody said something on fucking Skype. Is it Angus? No, it was you, Sammy.
Yeah, I was
First
posting
version, it's the thing you linked about Infinity War.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, what I do know is this is going to be the end of the show. I'd like to thank Sammy and Nick, and as always, I'll give them the final words because, like always, I talk over people because I'm a jerk like that.
By the way,
Mouth.
that it was Juan of the Dead you were thinking of. The Cuban
Juan
dude.
of the Dead.
Yeah, Juan. Juan, you gotta say with the
Juan.
accent. Juan. Juan of the Dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spay and neuter your zombies.
Yeah. There is that movie where, like, what was it? Warm Bodies.
And don't let zombies eat your neighbors.
Yeah, good callback there.
Yeah.
So yeah, there we go. I clicked the button, but I didn't click it, so now it's going to be really awkward when this really does end.